Welcome to another edition of Biloxi A to Z. This is being recorded for Friday, October 29th, 2021. We'll have some Halloween safety tips for parents and children. Both Biloxi Little Theater and Center Stage are back on the boards this weekend with a couple of spooky productions. We'll have that along with pickleballers and tattoo artists in your weekend preview. We'll also have the latest on COVID-19. An update on the robust construction activity downtown, and we'll show you early progress on the measure to keep sand off Highway 90. We'll also take you down to the beach Thursday afternoon before the weather turned nasty and windy. We'll have all that in a few minutes, but we begin today with trash. The November issue of the city's monthly newsletter made its way off the press and into mailboxes across the city this week. Amid the items about Richard Nixon, Gene Simmons, Fred Hayes, and even Fred LaRue, residents and business owners will find a refresher course on what trash will be picked up and how you can make it all happen each week. Here's the overview. If you're bringing stuff to the curb, please make sure it's separated. Tree limbs should be no more than 8 feet long. Any leaves or pine straw or insulation, that must be bagged. Old furniture is acceptable, but please don't bring it out until just before pickup day. Make sure your items are within 3 to 5 feet of the curb and not near a power pole, a mailbox, a gas meter, or anything else that's going to cause a problem for the heavy machinery that's being used by the trash contractors. And remember, if you hire anyone to do any work around your house or property, such as a contractor or a tree service, it's their responsibility to haul away anything. It's supposed to be part of the service that you're paying them for. So you know all of that. You know when to bring your carts out. But what if your pickup is missed? Call the number on side of the cart, 228-701-9086. You'll also see scenes like this, where City of Biloxi crews are out picking up trash and litter. That's going to be primarily in front of empty lots, which are not covered by the residential trash pickup. And by the way, if you see piles of trash in the public right-of-way, please call the Public Works Department. Their number is 228-435-6271. Ask that the location gets put on the pickup list. You can also email cross@biloxi.ms.us. Please read the details on trash pickup in the November B News. Your letter carrier should have put it in your mailbox by now. If they haven't, ask about it. You can also see the newsletter online right here, or you can pick up a printed copy at most any City of Biloxi facility. Over at the Bark Building, a few new signs went up this week. The words "coming soon" kind of jump out at you, but the folks at the district on Howard are otherwise mum. Meantime, you can see the work over at the community bank. They're aiming for a January opening. Just down the street at Josette's, construction workers are making good progress on the 21 market rate apartments and retail space that will be part of this as yet unnamed project. It's by Jordan Nico and it's in the Josette's building. And around the corner, scaffolding is now up in front of the Sanger Theater, yet another sign of the work on that historic showplace. You know, Jerry Creel has the latest on these projects and others across the city in this month's newsletter. Down on Highway 90, the wind has meant that the sand, like a fine mist, is making its way off the beach and back onto the highway. It will pile up along the roadway and eventually compromise drainage systems. But in the mile-long stretch of seawall between Oak Street and the Smallcraft Harbor, workers have almost reached the halfway point. They're putting the concrete decking down and the subsurface work for a new boardwalk that's going to make the beachfront much more accessible in that area. However, still to come is the important knee wall. This is a feature that is designed to keep the sand on the beach and off the highway. We'll keep you posted on the progress. Down at the Biloxi Lighthouse, that dreaded eastbound lane closure that backed up traffic every morning and afternoon, it's gone. This is a good time to remind you to sign up for traffic alerts from the city. Text Biloxi to 99411. We remind you that you can watch replays of meetings of the Biloxi City Council either on BTV each day at 9, 3, and 9 or online anytime. Here's one from the mayor. Be sure to mark Friday, November 5 on your calendar. It's the next installment of the First Friday Block Party. It's going to be downtown, of course, and it's going to be a special one. In addition to the array of food trucks and the usual fun, the headliner will be the Bucktown All-Stars out of New Orleans. And his honor will certainly be sitting in as he does on occasion, like any time a microphone's nearby. In fact, Facebook says our ratings slipped a little last week for A to Z, so we present this. A bootleg video smuggled from somewhere in Biloxi the other day, and of course featuring our man. Now for the latest from the COVID-19 front. As of Thursday, October 28th, the Health Department reports 351 new cases of the virus statewide in a 24-hour period. The state also reported 5 deaths during that same 24-hour period. In Harrison County, 22 new cases of COVID-19 were reported on Thursday, but no new deaths. Overall, more than 500,000 cases of the virus have been reported throughout Mississippi since this pandemic began 19 months ago. Statewide, more than 10,000 Mississippians have died from COVID-19. In Harrison County, more than 34,000 cases of the virus have been reported with 541 deaths, all this over the past 19 months. Let's talk about hospitalizations. As of October 27th, more than 200 people were in Mississippi hospitals with COVID-19. 93 of those were in intensive care units. Along the coast, 20 people were hospitalized with COVID-19 and 12 of those were in ICU. As for Mississippi's low vaccination rate, as of October 27th, still only 43% of the population is fully vaccinated, and in Harrison County, it stands at 40% of the residents being fully vaccinated, according to the Health Department. Memorial has a COVID-19 walk-in vaccine clinic in Biloxi. It's at 189C Walmart Lane. It's open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and appointments are encouraged. You can make one online here at Memorial's website, or you can call 228-867-5000. For more information about vaccinations, links to appointments, and safety protocols, visit the city's website at biloxi.ms.us. You can also call the Mississippi COVID-19 hotline. That number is 877-978-6453. That's where you can schedule your COVID-19 vaccination.
The temperatures for the weekend are forecast to be sunny with a low in the 50s and a high in the lower 70s. Looks like it will be nice weather to get out and about and enjoy some festivities. On Saturday, the Mississippi Gulf Coast Pickleballers will host the second annual Battle for the Pink charity tournament. The event benefits the American Cancer Society and begins at 8 a.m. at the Pops Ferry Recreational Area across from the Margaret Sherry Library. Registration to play in the event has closed, but the public is invited by Mr. and Miss Pickleballer, Tom and Deanne Lindenberger, to watch the event. There are 2 Halloween productions at Biloxi Community Theaters. Center Stage is presenting Dracula through October the 31st, and on Saturday night, the Biloxi Little Theater is reviving one of its annual productions, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which they say is live and vaccinated. For details on these two productions, check out the websites for Center Stage and Biloxi Little Theater. You've certainly heard of Cruising the Coast and Scraping the Coast. Well, now comes the 10th anniversary of Inking the Coast, a gathering of tattoo and piercing and artists and enthusiasts. The gathering takes place throughout the weekend over at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum and Convention Center. The event includes kids and adult Halloween costume contest, tattoo competitions, live music, family trick-or-treating, and more. For a complete listing of times, events, and admission fees, visit online at inkingthecoast.com. And Sunday is Halloween. Biloxi Police Chief John Miller reminds residents to keep safety a priority when trick-or-treating. Watch your surroundings. Most trick-or-treaters will be out after dark, so make sure the kids are visible. Use flashlights or light sticks. Don't assume the right-of-way. Motorists may have difficulty seeing trick-or-treaters. Just because one car stops doesn't mean others will. Monitor candy. Throw away any spoiled, unwrapped, or suspicious items. Overall, take your time, be careful, and have a happy Halloween. For other happenings, check out the Biloxi Community Calendar on the city's website at biloxi.ms.us and in the October edition of B News Monthly.
We leave you today from the beach at the Biloxi Lighthouse. It was Thursday afternoon before the bad weather came in, followed by the winds. It's as if the birds knew it was coming. Enjoy, and we'll see you here again next week.